Hi viewers, once again it's Erica Mukisa aka Mama Maisha. I'm so excited to be here once again with you, sharing our experiences with our sister Susan in part 2 of her testimony. I remember last time she told us of how she was bold and went to Saudi. You went to Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia,
Yeah,
yes.
she went to Saudi Arabia and in search of greener pastures. Little did she know that she had been bought, and these Arabs were looking at her as an asset, an investment, not as a human. You know, like if someone has bought you, they don't look at you as a human being. They don't value you. They look at you as a property. They are property. So they feel they have a right to do whatever they want to do with you because you are theirs. You have been bought. And we used to study this in school. We used to hear of, you know, things like slave trade. They used to buy people and put them on ship and take them to America and sell them. We even sang slave trade in America. But now it's all over the world. People are being bought and they are being taken to other countries, other nations to work as slaves. And they are being given peanuts for their sweat. Some of them don't make it back alive. But my sister made it back alive and she's continuing in her. I know you were blessed in part 1 of her testimony. We'll continue talking about spiritual marriages, but now we're talking about how she ended up in Saudi Arabia, and we'll connect. You'll be able to know how it connects with her spiritual, her former spiritual marriage with the enemy. And I know by the end of her testimony, you will have learned. So I just want to encourage you to like, share, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think about these things that we say. You know, we always look forward to hearing from you. And those of you who feel led to help her further her studies, just let us know. Send us whatever you can send so that we see her back to school. We'll be so happy to see our sister go back to school. What do you want to become?
Psychologist.
Yes. Yeah, so we need a psychologist in Kenya. We need a psychologist in Kenya and a Christian psychologist, someone who knows spiritual things, someone who's ready to help. You know, you can see the heart. By the time she comes out to share this experience, she has the desire to help others. So we need this kind of people in the kingdom. So if God has touched your heart to support our sister, we will be so excited. I'm looking forward to see her graduate. Yes, we need to follow our dreams. Someone helped me follow my dream and I graduated. I felt so excited, you know. Yeah, so we need to see her also go through that. But I don't want to take more of your time. I know people are like, no, introduce us to Susan. Yeah. So Susan, once again, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So introduce yourself. I know someone may not have watched part 1 and they need to know who is Susan.
My name is Susan Kayongo. I am 28 years old. I am born again. I love the Lord Jesus as my Lord and Savior. And this is my story of how I ended up in Saudi Arabia as search for greener pastures.
Wow. So in the last video, you gave us a background of how you were initiated or how your grandmother opened up your life to spiritual attacks. And then we went further into how you were introduced to sex at a tender age. And now how you could not be able to go to school because you did not have enough resources. And in search for greener pastures, you ended up in Saudi Arabia, thinking that you're going to work, yet you had been bought. Okay, so people are asking questions. Okay, when she landed in Saudi Arabia, what happened?
Okay, so when we landed in Saudi Arabia, it was like in the airport was this guard dressed in uniform. It's like he was telling us, we are a lot of guards from different nations, from Philippines, from Indonesia, from India, all types of people from different nations. And so he was gathering us all together. He took us to one office. He told us to wait there. We were waiting for our bosses, the ones who brought us there to come and pick us. So it was like each and everyone, when you see a guard come with a passport, He used to be excited, like, okay, now that's my boss, I'm going to work. Then end up, oh, he did not come. So some of the girls, their bosses came and took them from that school. But us, we had to be taken to another bus, and we went to an office. So we stayed there like 2 weeks. We stayed there in that office.
Like how were you eating? How were you sleeping? How was the condition in that office?
Yeah, so there in that office, it's like you are locked up in one room. There were mattresses down. And so we were a lot, and we saw
like luggage.
We saw discrimination there, especially to us Africans, because Africans were put in one room, and we had a CCTV in that room, CCTV camera, and we didn't have soap, like a soap to bath and all that. There were no soap. But other girls from like those white ones, from Philippines, from India, they had a separate room, and they were treated like kind of differently from us. But when it comes to food, we were both given food, yeah. But each and every day we used to wait, hoping like, God, when will our sponsors come? We did not come here to sleep and eat. We came to work.
Okay. There's something I'm not digesting well. It's not sinking well in my spirit. You, because of your skin color, you were made to sleep in one room.
Yeah, and even we didn't have enough blankets. It's like we were sharing like a couple of girls. Even the mattresses to sleep on, we were sharing like 3 girls sleeping on the same mattress.
I thought the things had ended, you know. You mean there are some people who still look at people by their color? Like, I mean, I have friends who are white. I have Indian friends. I have Arabic friends. I don't even look at the skin color. I look at an individual, you know. Wow, it's so strange to see that this thing is still continuing, you know. A person is going to be treated according to their skin color. Oh my God, it's so sad.
Yeah, so in there we used to pray, like we would gather like girls, we used to worship and pray. We just pray, God, just allow our bosses to come here and pick us, we go to work. Because we came to work, we did not come here to be locked, because there you are locked. It's like the day we enter that room, we never left outside. The toilet is there, just around there.
Were they clean?
It's either you can go to, yeah, we are the ones who are cleaning the place. It's either you go to the toilet, you come back to the room. It's like a cell, let me just say it.
Of course, you had been bored.
Yeah, so you go to the toilet, you come back to the room. So it was like 1 to 2 weeks. Some of the girls could be picked, others will just remain and wait for our sponsors. And so it was because where we were going to work, it was not even actually there. It's like you're in Nairobi and you're going to work in Eldoret or Kisumu. So your sponsor cannot travel that way. He wants you to go there by bus. And even it's a place you have to go by plane, but so they had to book a bus for us. So when it was a time for me to go, a man came and he picked us, he took us to his house, he gave us lunch, and then he told us we are going to a bus. He didn't tell us where we are going. He just told us, we thought that maybe it's not a distant place, it's like 30 minutes or 20. We were like 2 girls, 3 girls.
Hold on, before you continue. When you say sponsor, you're referring to the person who bought you.
Yeah,
your owner.
Now your owner is called a sponsor.
Oh my God! Like I don't.
And in Arabic language, it's called kafil. So he's the one who owns you.
The one who owns your life.
Yeah. The moment you let me tell you, the moment you land in that nation, forget about the agency in Kenya. They cannot do anything for you. They have just finished their business.
You have been sold.
Yeah. So in case of anything, you have to deal with the people there and the agency there if you have a problem. Wow. So even us, when we reached there, we couldn't contact our agent because first thing, you don't have a line. You don't have a number to call. Your phone, when you reach there, you cannot call anyone because you need to have either Wi-Fi or a line. So when you don't have, you cannot get help. Unless when you reach to your sponsor's house, he will maybe buy you a line, or maybe he will not buy you. Some of the girls, they can't allow you to have a phone Actually, they tell you we don't allow phone. When you want to call, go and take his or her phone and call
So that
home.
they can monitor your
Mhm,
conversation.
mhm.
Okay.
So yeah. So after that, we were taken to a bus. So it was a long, long distance. I thought maybe we are going, I don't know. We used to see direction saying that Libya and where. So I used to think, God, where are we going?
Mm.
It was a long direction, a long journey where I went to work. And it is almost Iraq. Is it Iraq or Iran? Where I was going to work, it was almost the border of Saudi and Iraq.
What
So
was
you
going
used to
on in your
hear
mind? Like, what was going on in your mind? You're traveling. Okay, I'm
I was
imagine.
scared. Even in the bus, I was scared. I was like, oh my God, don't allow me to die here. Did I come this far to die? I used to think like, and so another girl said, pray against accident. I don't know what she saw. She was a prayerful girl. Because the driver,
You don't need such a prophecy at that time.
the driver was flying. I don't know he was flying or driving. We used to think, oh God, I'm going to die. I just saw death. Let me
Oh,
just say
sorry.
honestly, I was so
Sorry.
scared. I was thinking like, God, you did not allow me to come all this way just to die. So hopefully we reached our destination and we had then to be put to another office and wait.
Another office. Okay, tell us what you saw at that office. Like, how was it?
Let me say, there I didn't even stay at much. I think the sponsor sent the driver. I didn't stay there for a long time. It was like 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then the driver came and he took me to the house.
So now you meet with your sponsor or your owner
Yeah.
or the owner of your life at that point. Hey, oh my God. Okay. People, as much as it is difficult for us to digest, we have to allow her to share what she went through in that house. I can imagine already the experience all the way from Kenya to that place has been so rough. And now I'm imagining what she found in the house.
Erica, Part 1, 7 Years in Hell. An in-depth testimonial of a sorcerer who was initiated into witchcraft at 2 years of age by her grandmother.
But yeah, now we are ready. We have prepared our hearts.
So now I'm in the house. I reach the house. I find my boss now. My boss. He greets me, and there they don't know English. Most of the language is Arabic.
Wow.
So it was to cope there. For you must learn. You have to learn Arabic because you're the one who went there to work. It is not for them to learn your English. It is you to try and to know. If the boss tells you, bring me GB Sahan, GB Kamshe, you have to know what is that. And if he tells you, give me something, you take something else, that is trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
How when you say trouble, do they beat you?
No, like you see the reactions. Like, Arabs, even the women, they have a voice. Like, them talking is shouting. Shouting is the same as talking. And he doesn't see any problem with that. To him, he say, that's how I am. That's who I am. I speak like that. Yeah. So it was not easy because, coming from
a place where we are polite.
Yeah.
And even if I want to tell you something, I'll go around circles and try to bring it in the right way. Yeah.
Yeah. And me having been raised in a ghetto, you are being raised in a single room. You're going there, you're meeting a mansion. I guess it was 12 rooms and 6 toilets.
Ooh.
Up and down. And you're the only maid there. There are 5 children. And one of the children was he was not normal. Like most of the families there, you may find that maybe one children is mentally disturbed.
Yeah, due to covenants. Like we've been explaining to you that you find that in a family there is this child who is not mentally okay, but they cannot pray for this child because the demons that are tormenting that child are what are helping the family to prosper. And if the child dies or something happens to the child, those demons will look for another person in the family and they will turn that person into what the other one was. So they have to maintain this one so that the demons stay there. The person is like an altar that services whatever they have agreed to with the enemy. Like, let's say if they entered into a covenant for wealth, so this child is an altar. When this child becomes, when the full moon comes and this child is more violent and all that and hurting himself or herself, these people are making more money. Yeah, so you find it in many Indian homes, many Arabic homes. Yeah, you find those kinds of people. Yeah.
And so coming to this new environment whereby you don't understand the language, you'll have to cope and to try and learn their language so that you may be able to have communication. Because if you don't communicate well, they end up like shouting at you, screaming, saying you don't know anything. But it's just because you cannot understand, you're trying to understand what
Their language.
their language or what they are saying. And so it was not easy because you have to wake up early, you have to prepare all the kids and even the one who is mentally disturbed. Like you have to do everything. Comb even her hair. She was like 17 years, they are 16. But you have to do like everything for her. Even in times when she is on her monthly periods, you have to change her the thing she uses. And so it was not an easy experience because it was like a whole burden. It was a lot of work
Okay,
for me.
12 rooms?
Yeah, and
How many toilets?
toilets were like 6.
6
because
toilets?
they have, and when I say rooms, is huge rooms. Like one room is like this, the whole of this.
Place.
It's like they have big houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are 12 rooms, 6 toilets. The toilet probably is like our bedroom, the size of our bedroom. So 12 rooms, 6 toilets, and the compound.
The compound is big.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have to cook,
Yes.
wash utensils,
Yes.
wash their clothes.
Yes. But the
take care,
clothes now you wash in the machine.
even if.
Yeah.
Okay, you take care of the 5 children,
Yeah.
including that one that is mentally not okay.
Yeah.
Even if he spat on you, you just say thank you, my
and
lord.
And actually, Arabic kids are very
Rude.
They are very rude. Even if he beats you, you
say,
cannot
"Thank
do
you,
anything.
boss."
You cannot even raise a finger. It's not like here in Kenya, a child can do wrong. You can beat that child. You call the mother.
Or
The mother
rebuke.
will even spark that child. No. An Arabic child you cannot touch. Even you can end up in a police station. Even if you touch them, they'll just say, she beat me. You'll end up in a police station. Yeah. So they can be rude to you and nothing will happen. Even their parents will not do anything.
And how are those kids to you? Were they rude?
Sometimes, but when you get to know them, actually there are some that you get along with them.
Oh, wow. So now, tell us, like, what time would you wake up and what time would you go to sleep?
I'll wake up at 6 and sleep sometimes at 11. And when it's about their festive season, their fasting season, you can sleep even at 2.
And then wake up at 6?
Yeah. You can sleep late. Actually, there are some who sleeps at 3, even at 4.
Jesus Christ.
When they are on fasting.
Slave trade is real, my friends.
Actually, that is the season. There's a time in Arab countries, it's called Kemboy. Kemboy is someone who has been brought to a home by a sponsor, and then she escapes that home and goes outside. And now she is working outside. And the reason being because when you meet some people who maybe they mistreat you, others don't give you food,
you run.
Yeah, you run.
Oh my God. Okay, so you would sometimes sleep for 4 hours after that long day of hard work.
You have to wake up and it's like continuing, and there is no off day. When people lie that you have an off day, there is no off day. It's like you can't. They see Africans as like you are a machine. Let me just say, You don't get tired. She can get tired, you don't.
And would you fall sick? Okay, if you don't get tired, then you're not supposed to fall sick. So if you fell sick accidentally, what would you do?
When you fell sick there, they trust Panadol a lot. It's like whatever, they will not take you to the hospital because their money will go. They will give you Panadol, whatever the situation you have, you will take
You can
Panadol.
handle with Panadol.
Yeah.
So,
And they'll give it, take Panadol and rest for 20 minutes and continue with your work.
What advice do you have for a youth here in Kenya or Uganda or Tanzania or in the Philippines that feels like they need to search for greener pastures in Saudi Arabia or other nations? What would be your advice basing on your experience to those people?
Honestly, for me, speaking from my heart, it is not my desire that even my sister goes to that nation, especially Saudi Arabia. Yeah, because we have had a lot of cases. Even me being alive today, I know it's by the grace of God. A lot of people go there, they don't come back alive. Because even me, there was a time I almost, like, my boss was almost in my room with a gun because he wanted to sleep with me. Yeah, but I refused. I just say it's by the grace of God that I am alive today. So it's not like I will advise someone to go to Saudi Arabia.
I know you're talking to those mothers who want to send their daughters to Saudi Arabia to search for greener pastures. Man, Africa is blessed. There are so many opportunities. You don't need to sell your daughter. You don't need to sell your soul in search of greener pastures. Like, seriously, here we have land. You can farm on that land and have food and survive. And life continues. There are so many opportunities. You can clean people's houses here in Africa and get money. Way back in the day when life was difficult for me, I used to go and clean people's homes. And a day I would clean like 6 homes and I would make some serious money. At least for me at that point in life, that was serious money. I would survive. Yes, I would, every house, depending on the work that they wanted me to do, I would make some money and I would afford to buy my needs, my personal needs. It's just that people are so lazy. They feel like because they have graduated, they cannot do these other jobs. They need to work in an office. But there are people who are doing other jobs, the jobs that you despise, and they are making more money than your salary in the office. So avoid being lazy, that lazy mindset of, oh, I cannot be seen working here. I am a celebrity. Oh, I am a slay queen. I cannot sell charcoal. Or I cannot dig. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I will not be seen begging. So you can work. You have 2 hands. You have the brains. You have the vision. You have everything that it takes to succeed in life. Be a problem solver. Stop selling your children. Stop selling yourselves. It's not worth it. You go out there in search of greener pastures, and then there is this guy with a gun in your room. He wants to sleep on you against your will. You don't know if he's HIV positive. You don't know if he impregnates. And those people, he will force you to sleep with him. But if the wife finds out, they'll kill you.
Yeah.
So it's like your life is caged. You don't have freedom. And that's what you need. Everyone needs freedom. Everyone needs to be free. You need to be free to decide what you want to do, what you will do, and what you will not do. You need to be free. You need that. And the enemy doesn't want you to be free. That's why he will create that situation, the poverty. He will bring the spiritual marriages, spiritual covenants. He will throw those arrows at you, left, right, center. If you have not grasped the art of praying, if you've not mastered the word of God, if it's not in you, it's very easy to fall in such traps. So I hope someone out there is being helped. My sister.
Yeah. And actually, to add on that, I don't know why, but most of the time, most people who work in Saudi Arabia, they end up coming home. either to find their savings, like they were not spent
I
as,
wanted to
as,
go
as
there.
they want,
Mm.
or the enemy always creates a way that you may find that you come back home and even what you wanted to do, because you say,
You didn't
okay,
do
I'll
it.
come and settle in my country, and maybe I'll open a business, maybe I'll do this, but you end up like each and every month in the family there are always issues. You end up
Someone is
spending,
sick.
yeah,
One needs to go to
you
school.
end up spending your savings, and when you come back home, you come back to square one. You then try to go there again.
And the friends
That's what the
you
enemy
left
always
here,
do, yeah.
you find them, their life has
Yeah,
moved
it's
on.
true,
They're doing
it's
well.
true.
They're driving. They have married. Yeah, life has happened.
And so you end up now starting another process to go back there again, because you are left to it. Like the enemy always frustrates you because he wants you to be to be in slavery. So whatever you save, you end up, maybe you find if you send to your parents, they did not spend it well. Maybe they used it, they misused it. And I just want to tell maybe some parents or some people who their children are outside there, especially in Saudi Arabia, it's not easy. Please, if
Not
someone
easy.
has sent you their savings, do not misuse it. People there, some of them don't sleep. They get tired. They don't have rest. They work 24 hours. And for them to come back home, and many of them, when they come back home, they don't want to go there again. But when they find out, like, okay, it's not what they expected, they don't have any option.
And they go back.
They go back.
Okay.
And does not mean you're going back to joy. You're going back to struggle. You're going back to having hardship. Yeah.
All right. So how much were they paying?
At that time, it was like 19,000.
So 19,000 Kenya shillings.
Yeah, at that time. But now I think it's like 27 there.
Now 27,000. This person feels that now because he's giving 27,000, he has a right to come and abuse you sexually. He has a right to come and do whatever he feels like doing with your life because of 20,000, 19,000. Even if it's 1,000,000, there's no amount of money in this world that is an equivalent to a person's life. You know, no amount of money can buy your life. So this person feels because they are giving 20,000, 19,000, or 12,000, even if it's 1,000,000, they feel like they own you. They can do whatever they want to do to you. They can shout at you. They can bark at you. They make you work like a donkey. Like even a donkey has time to rest. What about a human being? You're not supposed to fall sick. You're not supposed to complain.
Actually, when you say you're sick, they say you're pretending. You don't want to work.
They say you're pretending.
Yeah. They say you don't want to work.
Jesus Christ. Do we have such kinds of people in this world? These kinds of people exist. Heartless people. Oh my God. So, okay. Friends, I know you're also trying to digest what she's saying, but I'm trying to look at the level of wickedness. You know, someone is sick, and this person, you say that this person doesn't want to work. What kind of wickedness is this? So what do you do afterwards?
Actually, even when you complain, you say, okay, I want to go home. They will tell you, bring my money, because I bought you before you came from your nation. I bought you. I paid a lot of money for you. So you have to pay me in order for me to release you. I can't just release you. It's not like you can just go there and just just wake up and say, I don't want
back.
to, you know. You, like they tell you signed a contract. Yeah, but until you finish.
Hey, wow. So all your life. So how long was that contract?
It was 2 years.
Okay.
But me, I did not finish.
You stayed there for how long?
1 year, like 7 months.
Hey, that is close to finishing. Man, you really worked. Because, yeah, you tried. Sleeping for 4 hours every day, cleaning that kind of environment.
And it's not, you know,
and
actually some things that here you don't even deal with. There you will clean walls, you will clean doors, you will clean outside, you will clean outside windows.
Every day.
It's like thorough cleaning.
Every
You'll
day.
have to clean. Yeah, because when your boss comes, he just does like this. He tries to find something that is not okay, so that might start argument.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Hey, so eating.
Eating, I didn't experience any problem, but there are people who experience a lot of issues in food. Some of their bosses, they don't give them food, but me, I didn't experience that.
And how big were their children?
The firstborn was married, so she could just come to visit. Two girls were finished high school, and there were a boy and a girl. They were around 12 and 8 years there, and the last one was 6.
The one with the
6
mental
years.
issue?
No. The mental issue was 14 there, 14 years.
Was she a girl?
She was a girl, yeah.
Hey, you survived, because if he was a boy, he could also want to take advantage of you. Yeah, and then this man is like your grandfather, the one who
Let
came
me
into
say-
the room with a gun.
Let me say my father.
Oh my goodness. He's supposed to be protecting you, but now he's coming into your room with a gun.
Yeah, and so when he came in the room, I just noticed that there's someone in my room, because even my room didn't have a lock. So someone could just come in. I don't know why they do that, but most there are houses that the housemaid room does not have a lock to lock. Like when you sleep, you cannot lock the door.
So they just enter.
Yeah. So when I felt that there is a presence in my room, I woke up, and when I put on the light, I saw him, and then he switched off the lights, and then I was like, what? And then I switched on the light again, and then he was saying like, shh, be silent. He was telling me, be silent, and when he was telling me that, I saw he just went on his pocket and he removed the gun. He was like telling me, be silent, and he was like moving closer to me. And so I was like, no. I felt scared. At that time, I just thought of calling her girl. We are same age mates with her daughter. So she was my friend. So I thought of calling her. And so I gained strength. I was screaming. Even though he was pointing a gun at me, I had strength to scream. So I was just shouting, and he was like wondering, keep quiet, my children are sleeping. I was like, I just continued to scream until he felt shy. He just left my room and went. And this person does this to you, and in the morning you have to wake up, you have to prepare his breakfast, you have to iron his clothes for work, you have to polish his shoes, you have to serve him to go to work, and he reacts as if nothing happened.
Hey viewers, I hope you're learning something. You know, her testimony is long. We'll have part 3, a continuation of her testimony. I hope you're learning something. I don't know, just let us know whatever you think about this show in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, make this video available to as many people as possible. You need to provide this content, because I know someone out there who's planning to go to Saudi Arabia in search for greener pastures, or Dubai or Jordan, wherever they want to go. They need to listen to this before they go, so that they have a clear picture of what to expect when they get on the other side. Yeah, so thank you for supporting this ministry, World Share Foundation. If you want to get a t-shirt, 2,000 Kenya shillings, you just can make your order on those numbers in the screen below, and we'll deliver through G4S to wherever you are. Just let us know which color, what t-shirt, to support the foundation. We're doing it for the sake of the foundation. And then also you can support us by buying our books. We have Erica Part 1, 7 Years in Hell, Erica Part 2, 18 Years with Lucifer, Erica Part 3, Witchcraft and Spiritual Warfare. In fact, that one talks about spiritual marriages. We have Erica Part 4, Death, Hell and Heaven, and The Truth About Money. More books are yet to come, because we believe in releasing as much information as possible to help save generations and lives. May God richly bless you. Thank you once again for watching, for listening, for liking and subscribing. Mama Maisha.
Witchcraft and Spiritual Warfare, the awesome third part of the Erica Testimonial Series. In this edition, Erica exposes witchcraft and reveals how it can be defeated and overcome in the name of Jesus. Everything you are going through now has an origin, and that origin can be dealt with, but you must know how. Find out in Erica Part 3, Witchcraft and Spiritual Warfare, and overcome every obstacle in Jesus' name.